And he met.
Please, Alex, go on with this.
Wait, do
My bad.
over.
No
My
do-over.
bad.
It's cold start there, Alex.
My,
What was the question that was asked?
Holy fuck!
my pap asked me the other day if I had done any swinging. He meant because we put up a new porch swing, but we're just like in a group of people, and he looks at me with no context. It just says, "Hey, Alex, you done any swinging?" And the neighbor just like, "What?" I was like, I said, "Well, I did, but then there were a lot of hornets outside, so I couldn't." He was like, "What?" So I sent him a picture of me on my swing the other day, my dad's neighbor, and I said, out here doing some swinging," and he said 50 Shades of Rural
This is sports stuff. Betting stuff.
with the swingers.
I don't know how to recover from that.
Swing.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Ciao.
This is sports stuff, betting stuff, where we talk about swanging.
Swinging.
We also talk about the betting. As a reminder, I am your host, the original degenerate, Muff. Howdy, folks.
Hi, Muff.
Alongside the Ohio Homer, the Ohio Degenerate, and the capo of the Midwest Crack House, Jim.
Hello.
You're in season now, Jim.
I am. I am sad, but we are in season.
Sad because they lost game one.
Lost the home opener.
That will happen. And last, but certainly not least, the medical degenerate and another half of the original betting crew, Alex.
That's me. Listen,
And known swinger.
I'm not a swinger in that sense of the word. I do, however, have a nice porch swing. Um, which everyone's welcome to. So I guess maybe I am a swinger. I'm a swing swinger. Um, the Penguins, Jim, they're also losing, so I feel your pain.
I think the Jackets play tonight too. I mean, what I was told before I left work.
There it
You cover
is.
because you're not supposed to be a fan of them.
Do you think they're going to have some type of, is it a home game or away game?
I think it's home because I think that's when they were talking about
Uh,
another tribute to Johnny Hockey.
yeah, that's what I was thinking there. All right. Now we'll get into our items, our tokens, our totems, and items of good luck.
Hope it
Yes,
looks like
sir.
We
Francisco
hope
Lindor might have hit a walk-off grand slam.
in real time talking about sports, none of which we have bet on, I don't think.
No, I just got a notification. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool. Walk-off grand slams are cool.
Grand slams are cool. I agree. So we have these items of good luck that we hope bring us positive betting vibes. This week we will start with Jim.
Mine, which ever since I made the switch, I'm doing well. Knock on some wood. Is the Ohio State hat with the Ohio State flag on the bill. Let's go.
And Alex.
Mine is the tie-dye Oglebay golf hat. We're just gonna keep riding with it for now. I don't think I can change from
You
this
don't,
one. I think
don't think you can get away from that one?
I don't know. I have another option, a similar option if it gets dire, but for now we'll ride with it.
And mine is my train conductor hat that I got for $1 from Talk of
I got a
Thrift.
dollar. I got a dollar.
I got another. Hey, 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 hey.
Okay. As we get into this, just a sneak peek, a little bit of info that FanDuel is our exclusive betting app.
FanDuel?
FanDuel.
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 Jim, how you feeling about FanDuel now?
Um, I bet two fan things. I'm still on Caesars. I actually thought last week was gonna be my last week. I didn't think they'd keep giving me free money. And I just clicked on Caesars and they were like, opt in. And I was like, boom, $50 more in bonus bets just for clicking a button. So letting it ride another week, Mr. Caesars. It's weird because like the boosts on FanDuel for college football, really, really good. the boost on Caesars for NFL really, really good. So I kind of cheat on both. Like,
You're a swinger.
and also, and you guys got to clarify this for me because I'm of the understanding that it's an Ohio thing. We can't bet on college players individually, like X number of yards for Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, I think that's an Ohio thing, because I can do that in West Virginia.
I knew it. Mother. Thanks, DeWine.
You have sports betting.
Thanks,
Here's
Obama.
Step one.
No, but we used to last year. I think they took it away.
Yeah, because of your rabid fan base, you're probably going to kill those players.
You know what, Muff? I'm not going to argue with you.
This is protective methods.
Probably.
This is like the election and tariffs.
I want to think it has to do with the LSU baseball scandal because that bet was placed up here.
Yeah, but that was just a winner. That wasn't
But I think that's where like we put the microscope on betting again. Like, oh hell, we give you guys an inch. You took a mile. Let's tone it down, guys.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but you can still bet on college sports. It's not like they're like, oh
well,
my
they're
God.
not going to take away all the tax dollars. They're just going to rein us in.
Okay. All right, so how this works, we're going to talk about last week's best bets, our specialty picks, get into the NFL and college football slate, and then give our best bets for this week. Last week, the winner by percentage was me, as I went 4-3, improved my overall record to 16-18, recovering from a 1-5 record the week before. My wins this week were Pitt to cover 2.5 against North Carolina, Clemson to cover 14.5 against Florida State, the Ravens to cover 2.5, just barely, against the Bengals, and the Cowboys Steelers under 42.5 to offset my losses of UNLV not covering 6.5 versus Syracuse, Georgia not covering 24.5 versus Auburn, and the Bills Texans not going over 47.5. 4-3 record for the week, 16-18 overall.
So you're the
Next.
winner by percentage. So that's how you're deciding the winner.
That's Jim. The
I
winner
just
of the
want to know.
week.
So I feel like I'm being punished because of my shotgun blast style here.
Yes. You have won a percentage less. Your percentage of games that you've won is less than Muff's, objectively.
I'm being punished for my style of betting. That's all I'm saying.
You're not being punished.
You
You just
have
needed
that
to do
style of
better.
betting,
You just
which-
needed to do
I'm being
better.
declared not the winner
I-
via
Correct.
percentage.
What would you rather it be, Jim?
I think it's a tie. I won.
Why is it a
more
tie?
than- I won one game above 500. You won
But
one game
you
above
lost.
500.
You lost one more game than me.
All right. Well, if you say so.
No, Jim.
Well, I think this is just objectively how this goes.
It's definitely accurate.
I feel
If
like
you
it's
want it to be who
punishment.
wins the most games every week, Jim, that's who wins. Then sure, we can all bet 20 or 25 and see what happens.
I think you're punishing me for my style.
Nope, it's literally been like this for 4 years now.
Yes.
I just think it's punishment.
Yep.
I'm being singled out.
Oh, here we go.
You're second. If you want to single me out, I put you in last.
Well, you don't have the means to do that right now.
Muff and I won the same number of games. Does that mean he should be ahead of me or behind, like with me?
But you lost more games than he did.
But I lost the same amount of games as you.
But I won more games than you.
I have like 570 winning percentage. You have like a 550 winning percentage, Jim. Done.
Whatever you say, Muff.
Go ahead, Jim. Talk about your week.
Like Keenan.
I did not start well in the old college football world. The Syracuse game, I think, was a Thursday game. Lost that sucker. Then I went on just a miserable run. Lost the Missouri plus 1.5 to Texas A&M. Boston College couldn't get it done against Virginia. Penn State, I think timing-wise in the afternoon, Penn State I didn't hit the Penn State bet. Couldn't cover. And then things picked up where Pitt minus 2.5 against UNC. I hit that one. Dabo pulled it off. Well done, Dabo, against Florida State. Ole Miss got the job done against South Carolina. So like I ended okay, and then Sunday came. Texans did a good job, and the Steelers, which was the one I was worried about the most, the under hit against the Cowboys.
Yeah,
But it was tight. It was tight.
Could you sense the weather?
I woke up going, "Ooh, a hit." I had no idea.
All right, Alex.
I went
Who's not debating that Alex is last place this week?
I went 4-4. I was 500, which makes me the lowest winning percentage of the group. I won Pitt, unfortunately, but fortunately. Uh, Nebraska,
Undefeated Pitt.
Nebraska -6.5 versus Rutgers. Ravens -2.5 at the Bengals, and the Commanders -3 at the versus the Browns. I lost Missouri +1.5 at Texas A&M miserably. I lost Arizona -5.5 versus Texas Tech. I lost the Seahawks -6.5 versus the Giants, and I lost the Saints +5.5 at the Chiefs.
Got some things I want to confess and some questions.
Oh boy.
Confession time. Should have definitely listened to the boys on the podcast here and rode with Nebraska. Cost me a game in the sports at work betting. Kind of upset I didn't hang out with you guys. You both said hammer down on Nebraska. I said no, and I regretted it. As soon as I placed the bet, I was like, the guy said it's too late, and I screwed up. Also, Alex, question.
Okay.
How are you feeling about your overall trend in Big 12 betting?
I think that the Big 12 is just like
Not what I said. Your overall betting, though.
that's okay, but the overall me betting is saying that the Big 12 is on its head as far as where we thought it would be and where it is. Early in the season to this point, I have been betting with what I thought was going to be the case going into the season, therefore not well, like most Big
Okay,
12 bettors.
good. Are you ready to make a switch? And the way you bet the Big 12,
No.
are you going to adjust? Are you going to ride?
No,
the
I'm starting
train?
to. No, you start to learn more about teams. I mean,
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying
saying.
I'm bet the Big 12. I'm saying that I was betting the Big 12 more or less based off of preseason Big
Uh-huh.
12 and what you're expecting, and you're starting to see now that some of the teams that you thought were going to be good, etc., are not. Arizona was supposed to be very good, especially after the first few games. They're fine, but they're not the team you think they'd be. You look at like the Oklahoma States of the world. So
Going to make some moves.
I mean, I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Okay. Fair enough.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
Next up in our specialty picks, starting with the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Kapow, pow, pow. Where are you at, bro?
Sorry, the second period just started, so I was bringing it back up on my phone.
Fair.
That was
Fair.
3-0 after one period.
Yes.
Jesus Christus. Pitt. We took
I feel
Pitt to
that.
cover traveling to North Carolina. Pitt covers the 2.5, and the hit stick pick wins and goes to 3-3 for the year.
I feel like we're on the uptrend there, boys.
We're 1-0 in the last week.
Yeah.
No, I feel like momentum.
1-1 in the last 2 weeks.
Momentum's going to take us there, where we want to be.
In the Midwest
Don't shit on us,
Risk.
Muff. We're going to be okay.
I mean, I like the confidence. I just don't know if one win is trending.
It's trending, damn it.
I think we have to get on fire like NBA Jam, win 3 in a row to be really getting
Okay.
there. We can be heating up after next week.
All right, we're heating up.
No, we have to win 2
No,
to heat up.
we have to win again.
Now we're heating up. We're heating up.
In the Midwest Mobster Risky pick of the week.
Rules
Get out of here.
We completely. Jim wants to make his own rules to life, and that's what I love. But he's like, nope. It's like, nope. The time-honored traditions, fudge them. We're played by Jim's rules in this house.
We took Missouri money line. That lost horribly against Texas A&M.
That's not our fault.
First off,
That's not our fault.
I
It
exercised
goes back
caution.
to we live in Jim's world.
I exercised caution when you guys said this, but I did not have anything that either of you two were going to agree on, nor did I feel any utmost confidence in. So,
It's not
yes, it is our fault. We all
I
agreed to it.
refuse to
I
take
want the
responsibility.
explanation as to why this is not our fault.
I refuse to take responsibility. In fact, I think
You take
Missouri.
responsibility?
I refuse.
You personally?
Yep,
So
Missouri
you're going to
should
pin
pay
this
us.
on me and Alex.
No,
Missouri
I
should
am
pay us.
I'm absolving all of us. Missouri should pay us for that shit performance. I think they threw the game, and they may have bet the other way.
You're speculating that Missouri is in bed with the sports books?
How bad they played? Yes, something is afoot.
Something was afoot. I think they would have like lost by 1 or 2.
I don't know.
It seems like you went really deep in one direction there.
It was bad. It was real bad. I absolve us.
Okay. And in the sell the nutting team, Bob parlay. Alex, did you even make a noise?
Yeah, I did.
I couldn't hear it.
It's Mosley's favorite part of the week. Make a noise for this.
Because you're always premature.
No, we were right on time that time. We were perfect.
Okay. I can only ever hear one of you, and typically it's Jim.
10 pumps.
We won 2 of the 4 legs. Sequentially here, I think this wasn't the right order. Pitt won, so we were in a good spot. Clemson won, and then the Missouri game happened.
Which is not our fault.
But it still lost.
Yep.
And the Seahawks. So, as Jim said last week, I'm going to say this week, hey guys, mine's the only pick that won.
Who?
And that's your fault, Jim. And that's your fault.
Did I take Missouri? I think I did.
Yes, because Alex definitely would have taken the Seahawks.
Yes, I did.
So it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Not my fault because I am absolved.
Who absolved you? You absolved yourself.
Absolved.
Judge, jury, executioner.
Yep.
Alex?
Sure, Jim's absolved.
I'm absolved. Thank you.
Alex, why would you feed into this?
Muff, sometimes it's just easier. It's like, pick your battles, Muff.
No, because now he's going to feel empowered for the rest of this episode.
No. I absolved him once.
Just one.
When he asks for it later, remember.
I said once.
It doesn't mean he's not going to ask.
I don't think he...
I got my one.
If he needs absolved again, he has taken a terrible turn.
All right. Jim, you going to live bet the Penguins?
Oh, no.
You have a live NHL bonus?
I told myself that I was not going to bet hockey until December.
Okay. That's probably fair.
Yeah.
All right. Moving into this week's game, starting in the NFL in Thursday Night Football, we have the 49ers at the Seahawks. 49ers favored by 3.5, over under 49.5.
I'm staying away. Too many unknowns on the 49ers.
So tempted to be on the Seahawks here.
It was bad for you last week, Alex.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you why.
It's a high line. I would expect an under here. Yeah, it's like a really high line for a Thursday game, in my opinion. I'm not going to do it. Just pointing it out.
Don't do it.
I'm not. I've stated I will not be doing it. If I do anything, this will be because it's part of a parlay, which I think is acceptable on Thursday. Not a best bet, a parlay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because we get special offers from FanDuel.
Exactly. FanDuel.
Right.
That's how you get your 10 free dollars.
Bingo. All right. Any other thoughts on that?
No. Not gonna
All right.
do it.
Moving into Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. kickoff in London. We have the Jaguars taking on the Bears. The Bears favored by 1.5, over under 44.5.
I feel like London games almost fall into like our Thursday night game thing.
They do, because both teams are traveling.
Yes, and they're always like unpredictable.
Yeah. Now the travel, honestly, this is pretty much like both teams traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like a 6-hour flight, I think, from the East Coast or from New York.
Jags. I'm not making a best bet, but Jags. This is like a home game for them.
Yeah, I feel
Always has been.
I know it really has always been. But I also like my gut says the opposite. Like Bears.
Plus, the cons have like links in London. They tend to have good accommodations for the team. I'm not a big fan.
So gonna be
ETN is questionable.
is there preferential grass treatment for the Jags?
I think they have good like hotels and things, and they have like the finest of everything when they go over there. The cons have like they own a lot of shit in London.
Yeah. Alex, why the Bears?
I just feel like they're starting to, like I really do feel like Caleb Williams is starting to come on, and I'm not big on high on the Jags right now. I think Travis Etienne has not had a great season so far. I don't think that what Trevor Lawrence has done anything to be excited about, and I feel like Caleb Williams could go across the pond and tear it up. But again, it's always unpredictable in these London games. So I'll
Yeah,
probably watch it depending. And
yeah. This could be a game where he like Williams like, oh, he is legit,
Right.
or this could be a game where he just falls apart, and it's like, uh-oh. So like this is to me is a test game for him,
Okay.
and I think
if
I'm not putting my money on it.
if anything, for some reason, what just came in my mind was to do a parlay of money line bets of the Thursday game, London game, primetime Sunday, Monday night.
Not a bad, not a bad take.
Okay.
Just like sprinkle, but
Little sprinkly. I mean, it's Sunday morning football. Alex and I will be on limited sleep if we get up and watch this game.
yes. From the night WV game, Cold Rush game. It's not really a Cold Bowl. Friends of Cold Bowl was the Marshall versus WV game.
Yeah. All right. Next in Sunday afternoon football, we've got the Commanders at the Ravens. Ravens favored by 6.5, over under 51.5.
I lean Commanders with the points.
That I would not stray away from.
Not a bad lean. At Baltimore, I don't know if weather's going to be a factor. I would, as much as I want to like go towards the over, I feel like this is one of those games that is not going to meet those expectations offensively that we all hope for.
Devontae Adams is out.
Who?
Devontae Adams.
Who?
I'm sorry. I don't know why I was going Raiders in my mind. I'm sorry.
Ravens.
Yep. Nope. Sorry. My fault.
I was like, did he get traded? And I don't know.
No. Never mind. I'm here now. You said I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that, like, maybe Jaden Daniels doesn't get humbled, but the Ravens make him work for it a little bit more, and the Ravens are willing to just ground and pound and just run some clock. So I'm not that confident, but I'm also not going to go with the over or under.
Yeah. If anything here, I'd probably go for the Commanders to cover the 6.5. But I don't feel great about it.
Yeah. Next, Bucks at the Saints. Bucks favored by 3.5, over under 41.5. I believe Derek Carr still up in the air.
No, he is out. As
Officially
far as
out.
what I'm just reading, and they are gonna put Rattler in.
Do we have to look at this line? Because I feel like if that's happened since we put this in here, it's probably best for us
They
to.
just did that today at 5:54. I don't know when you did the bets, but
Somebody check the current line.
doing that now. Hold please. Hold please. Saints, 3.5.
Still 3.5.
Still 3.5 as of right now, as we record.
Yay! Hammer it home. Bucks minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Do we know what that hurricane's gonna do?
I
I
don't
know
think
it's going
it's
across Florida. I don't know if it's going to turn. It's supposed to go to the coast and up Carolina. So
Why is that?
it should stay away from New Orleans,
I was going to say if it was going to go towards New Orleans,
like around the Gulf area. But I think
right?
it'll go the other way. They'll probably get a lot of rain, but
Yeah, my question is, how does that impact your bet? Just because it's rain,
Yeah.
low scoring.
Yeah.
I think Spencer Rattler's going to shit the bed. So that's what I'm banking on. Browns at Eagles. Eagles favored by 9.5, over under 42.5.
Need
Everything tells me hammer the Eagles.
Yeah, but the Eagles aren't super reliable this year either.
right? That's
So I would stay away from this.
Yeah.
This sounds like a poop bomb.
Feels like a trap, right?
Yep.
I don't know if it feels like a trap.
Yeah, not a trap, just a
It's
shitty
just
game.
such a large line for a team that, like Alex said, that has not proven themselves. Granted, that's against the Browns, who've looked like absolute doo doo,
Dog shit.
but what do we really if Devontae Smith doesn't play, right? I mean, I just don't know where all skills players are going to be there for the Eagles at the same time. And Myles Garrett can be a disruptor for a team like this. So
But are we saying that like this is where they make the quarterback switch in Cleveland? Middle of the game?
uh, based on everything that we have discussed, what has been demonstrated to us, I don't know what Deshaun Watson has to do to get benched.
Yeah, at this point, I think he can pretty much just go out and like hand the ball to the other team, and they'd still be like, you know what? That's all right. I like the way you did it, though.
Don't worry, we'll get Nick Chubb back sooner or later. It'll be okay, buddy.
If I was
I
Nick
just
Chubb,
don't
I'd be
know.
like, I don't want to be a part of this dumpster fire.
Yeah. So that's I don't I mean if it happens, probably good for the Browns for taking a stand and doing something about it. But I don't like I think you said this. I don't think I don't think Kevin Stefanski has the latitude to make that move.
He definitely does not. You're right.
So
Oh, I'm
that's
staying away.
yeah, I just don't want any part of it. We'll root for Saquon Barkley and Devontae Smith to play for my fantasy hopes. That's what I will root for.
Fair enough.
Colts at the Titans. The Titans favored by 2.5 over under 43.5. Believe we're still up in the air about the Flacco versus Richardson.
Yes.
If it
Pittman
was
is
Flacco, I would take Colts.
Pittman is not starting or playing.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, he's out for multiple weeks.
Who's starting for the Titans? Is it
I
Mason?
don't know. I don't have the answer for you there.
Listen, I don't even if it's Mason Rudolph or if it's Will Levis, give me the Colts plus the points.
Jonathan Taylor's still out.
Okay. Okay by me. Give me them Colts.
I'm gonna stay away.
That's fine. That is fine. Next year, the Texans at the Patriots. Texans favored by 7 over under 38.5.
Nico Collins, a leading receiver in the NFL, is on the IR. So,
But they have
I mean,
Tank Dell back.
They got Diggs.
Joe Mixon,
Maybe.
what's his status?
He's fine.
Yeah.
Might actually do some things differently. Who knows? I'm gonna hit the Texans again. I've been wrong once in five weeks.
On the Texans.
Yeah.
All right. Ride it till it bucks you hard, buddy.
I think this is gonna be the one.
All
I'm
right.
gonna hit her down.
Okay, next Cardinals at the Packers. Packers favored by 5.5. 47.5 is the point line. I'm going to maybe this is questionable. Take the over in this game.
Not bad. Not bad.
We'll say this is on the line for discussion for me and myself in my head.
For you, yourself, in your head.
Yeah, just consideration. Other thoughts on this game?
No, not really.
Okay. Next, Chargers at the Broncos. Chargers favored by 2.5 over under 35.5.
I feel like we should be on the Broncos here.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
Are you going to be on the Chargers then, or are you just not
I'm
agreeing with the
not out of
Broncos?
spite.
No,
Like,
I'm asking.
I
Are
would
you
be
in favor of
but
the Chargers or just
I am
not
in
like this
favor of the
game?
Chargers.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it out of sheer spite. Like, because I don't want to put I have not put money on the Chargers all year. But I would definitely disagree with. I think the Chargers are going to cover that pretty easily.
Because
I don't think the Broncos have done anything that shows they're decent, and I think the Chargers, yeah, they hit a road bump, but I think like they're coming off a bye week. I think they'll figure out the Broncos and they'll be okay. Like I think this is the team to come off of a bye week for
I mean,
the
the Broncos
Chargers.
are 3-2.
Okay. I don't think they've done anything that is spectacular.
Who have the Chargers played? Side the Steelers.
Chiefs, they lost 7-10. The Steelers 20-10. They beat the Raiders and the Panthers
What was the Raiders score?
22-10.
All right. I mean, that's the only common opponent that they have. So, I mean, they won by 12. Broncos won by 16. That's not anything significant in my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away just because I don't feel confident either direction on this. You two do what you want to do. Alex, you gonna do it? Jim, you gonna do it? Well, I know Jim's not gonna do it.
I don't know. I don't feel good about the NFL this week. Ugh, I haven't felt good about the NFL all year, really. But
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Next, Steelers at the Raiders. Steelers favored by 3 over under 36.5.
Wait on you boys.
I mean, I feel pretty good about the Steelers winning this game. I do. I am just more interested in how this quarterback situation is going to play out if Justin Fields plays this game, and there's a lot of the same from last week. I just don't think the Raiders are just not in a good spot, right? They're just not in a good spot.
Just don't be a Yinzer right now. Just you were doing so well.
wait,
what?
So well.
how is he being win Yinzer?
You're gobbling up this quarterback controversy. Next week, okay. This week,
Jim, have you seen any? You probably haven't because you don't live in the same algorithms as a Yinzer. Have you seen some of the film on what is not happening with that offense and how it has not progressed and how Justin Fields has not grown within the system over 3 or 4 weeks after the preseason? Right. This is more of like the lack of development of Justin Fields within the offense. That's what I'm most concerned about.
You know what, Muff? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the Steelers
As am I. I just
-3. I'm putting it in there.
I just put it in 2.
All
That's
right.
my concern.
I'm good. I'm good.
That is my concern. Justin Fields
I'm
could
doing
prove
it.
me
I'm
wrong this
fucking
week,
doing it.
but the Raiders are not an opponent that if he does better demonstrates everything in the world to me because the Raiders we just
I
talked
don't
about.
disagree with that statement. I don't disagree
Yeah.
with your statement.
We just saw Bo
This
Nix.
is a betting show,
right.
and I think that this is a healthy bet that we're gonna win.
Okay.
I think your whole take on Justin Fields for our other show, probably a fair synopsis. But for this game,
Raiders are bad. Devontae
That's
Adams
my
not
point.
playing. What are they? They're on Aiden O'Connell now, aren't they? Gardner Minshew got sat. So
right.
give me the Steelers.
Thank you. Thank you, Muff.
Falcons at the Panthers. Falcons favored by 6.5, over under 46.5.
I like
Panther-
the Falcons here. I was leaning that way.
I think I'm on the Falcons here.
I haven't bet more than 2 NFL bets all year.
And here we are.
I subbed it out for the Steelers.
I'm gonna stay away. I mean, Andy Dalton had a bad game last week, and I just don't know if he has 2 in a row. I don't know if the Panthers win this game, but I think they keep it closer than they did last week. So
I am going with the Falcons. Put it on my card.
I don't think it's a bad pick.
Check it out.
check it out. Next, Lions at the Cowboys. Lions favored by 3 over and 52.5. in Jerry World.
I
NFL's
am back on it.
Fox's game of the week.
Lions -3.
Yes.
Do we feel that the line is a bit of an overreaction to the Cowboys winning last week?
Yes, and when I felt the time was right, I was going to get back on it, and I'm here. The time is right. The time is now.
And
Me
who
too.
better
I'm
than
on
against
it.
them Cowboys?
I'm on it. Hammer down.
Hammer
I
down.
said when he got on it, I'd be on the bus, and that's all it took. I don't even care what the reasoning is.
We are. Let's get on it.
Don't care.
You guys jumped on. You're all along for the ride now. Get on that
Yep.
trolley.
Yep.
Sunday night football. Bengals
Sir.
at the Giants. Bengals favored by 3.5 over under 48.5.
The fact that this is what I have to watch on Sunday night makes me sad.
I don't even care anymore. As soon as he put us on the Lions, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll watch it because it's a football game, but that's about all you got from me.
Yep. I won't be staying up late for this one.
All right. Nothing. We got nothing in that one for good reason. And in Monday Night Football, the Bills traveling to East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the new look head coach of the Jets. Bills
Defensive
favored by
coordinator
2.5.
coached Jets.
Bills minus 2.5 over under 40.5.
Bills. I'm not putting them on my card, I don't think, but Bills. And the under.
I'll probably bet it that night, but it won't be a best bet for me.
Gentlemen, sometimes you just gotta go with your heart.
What are you doing?
Give me the Jets plus the points.
Get the
Betting on Aaron Rodgers. You can't control him. He's out of control.
There's not a lot of times you do.
Did you and Aaron
all this
Rodgers
shit.
converse and decide to get the coach fired, or how'd that work?
So
It was
first
in the
off,
newsletter. It was in the newsletter.
I would like to point out that under Robert Saleh, the Jets
Is there a way to mute you?
had the worst penalty differential in the league under Robert Saleh. They were outscored by the most points in the first half by any team in the league, and they had the most. Did I say penalties?
I think this was Aaron Rodgers' fault. Let's fire Aaron Rodgers.
They also had the most penalties. You know what all of these things lead to? The head coach not preparing the team appropriately. These are all things that happen in the first half of the game, with the coach is responsible for the game planning for.
Is this in the editorial of the newsletter right next to the ashwagandha recipes?
These are objective facts. These are objective facts.
Get out of here with your bullshit.
All they need is a little bit of life.
Get out of here.
And I think this is what does it for them. Plus 2.5, give me the Jets.
This was a paid advertisement brought to you in part by
Ayahuasca RS.
I'm just trying to fire him. At this point, I'm just like committed to firing Jim up. So, Muff, get off Aaron Rodgers' jock.
For real. That's terrible.
Right. We'll find out next week how we feel about this.
That's terrible.
That's all I got to say. All right, let's move into the college football.
I think Muff needs to like say something mean about Aaron Rodgers if this loses.
I agree.
Not hateful, but mean.
So what would be mean but not hateful?
Like about his play, not like about him as a person.
Whatever you're comfortable with. I know it's hard.
We don't want to push the limits or hurt the relationship.
Moving on to college football. Friday night, Northwestern at Maryland. Maryland favored by 10.5 over under 45.5. Jim, if there's ever a time for you to believe in Maryland, I think it's against Northwestern at home on Friday night.
I don't think they cover.
Okay.
Of all the times we have believed in Maryland, we're not.
I just don't think they cover. Like, I think they'll win, but I'm not confident they'll cover.
That's fair. I put that in there just because I wanted to see how not confident you were in Maryland.
I'm really not.
And the answer is now very clear. You do not trust Maryland for anything.
I don't.
All right. Staying away. Utah at Arizona State. Utah favored by 5.5 over under 45.5.
Is he back playing? Is our guy back?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh.
I feel like the conversation the last 2 years has been, is Cam Rising playing?
Anytime there's been a Utah game, that's been the conversation.
I mean, let's face it. If he's there, it's not bad. I'll
Oh, if
take
he's
it.
this line makes me feel like he's not playing.
I don't think he's playing. I think is he really gonna
I think
get
if he was
another red shirt?
if he was
Yes.
playing, I'd take Utah here. I'm not knocking him as like a quarterback. Like he is a good quarterback, and when he is in, Utah is good, but he's never in. Like he's not reliable.
That has also been the discussion, right? Not not if is he playing, but if he is playing, we're going to bet him, and we haven't been able to do that.
Oh, if he's playing and this is the line, I'm taking Utah.
The coach is being all sketchy about it too.
Because he doesn't know. I think this is one of those like Cam Rising tells him on Friday night or Saturday morning, "Good to go, coach," or "Nah, not doing it today." So it's just as much a surprise to the coach when the decision is made as anybody else. Moving to Saturday football, Wisconsin at Rutgers. Rutgers favored by 2.5, over under 40.5.
What do we think?
That means that Jim is interested in betting this game and wants to
Yeah,
know
what
our
do we think?
opinions.
What do we think?
I want to know your opinion because this is Rutgers and Wisconsin.
Well, Rutgers burned me last week.
But
Riding
you're,
with Shiano hurt.
but you're also like anti-fickle at this point
Big anti-fickle. So I feel like my bias is clouding my judgment.
because you want to take Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything to offer. You've kept up more with Rutgers and what's going on with Wisconsin because you have this hate. So I trust your thoughts more on this than my own.
I'm gonna stay away. I mean, I have to make a pick for the work bet, so I'll probably debate and long over those ones till Saturday, but I'm gonna stay away from the best bets.
All right. This is precisely why I did not want to be the referee for those bets.
Yeah.
Because you just said, I'm going to debate until Saturday.
Yep.
Say, screw this, guys. Bets in by Friday night.
Yep.
Clemson at Wake Forest. Clemson favored by 20.5, over under 60.5.
Everything says that Clemson should cover that, but it is Wake Forest, and Dabo's due to lay a turd eventually.
Clemson just got into the top 10.
Now
Which
it's
is
just-
about time for them to take a doo-doo.
I don't think Wake Forest is the team they take the big doo-doo on, but I'm not sure about the cover here.
Yeah, I agree. I was just gonna say Wake Forest isn't as bad as they've notoriously been. I feel like I've heard rumblings of them being decent. Not that I pay.
I've watched whatever rumblings you hear are farts in the wind.
Really?
They suck.
Okay. Well,
You heard it here first, Alex. They suck.
They
I wasn't
suck
gonna bet
bad.
it anyway.
My only thing is I don't know if Clemson can cover because like they have their moments where they shoot themselves in the foot. There's no reason why they shouldn't.
hmm
I just think maybe they'll stab themselves in the foot. So I'm going to stay away because I just don't feel like he has it completely sewn up there in Clemson.
All right. South Carolina at Bama. Bama favored by 21.5, over under 50.5, coming off the big old L.
Yeah,
Is Bama Georgia?
No, they're in two different
I
schools.
lean towards South Carolina here.
So that's my question. Georgia went in and used South Carolina as a punching bag after their defeat. Do we think Bama has that mentality?
That's a lot of points for Bama.
A lot of points for Bama.
I mean, it's not a lot of points. They are able to score those points. Jalen Milroe can put those points up. I think this is more of how willing is South Carolina to be a punching bag again, Jim.
I don't mean a lot of points like it. I mean a lot. I don't feel like they're gonna win by that many.
Obviously.
I think if Bama goes in like Georgia and like has that, all right, we're never going to let that happen to us again. I think we're talking 35 points.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this just because this is the unknown of how Bama under DeBoer recovers. Like, what's their bounce back like? TBD. Washington at Iowa. Iowa favored by 2.5, over under 41.5. Washington making that trek east. Not all the way yet, but they're coming about halfway.
Does Washington keep rolling off the Michigan win, or do they have that let down time and
This is
get whooped by Iowa?
Yeah, this is difficult for me to say, but Iowa has a better offense than Michigan. I know saying those words like
Feels
Better
seems
quarterback.
seems silly, but
Better quarterback. Orgy is not good.
I just it's true. It's tough because Iowa's quarterback's not great, but he's
McNamara.
better than Orgy.
Yeah.
In
Wait, was that
Washington,
all
we
it- Never mind.
If I have to give advice, because this is a podcast for bets, I would flirt the over.
I would lean towards Iowa to cover, but
I don't like that one.
not. I understand, but Jim, we don't all play by your rules and by your thoughts. So
I'm just telling my opinion. I don't like Bucks bet.
I'll, I think that your Missouri loss is your fault.
I'm absolved.
My opinion. My
I'm
opinion.
absolved. It's been discussed. I'm absolved.
All right. Texas at Oklahoma in the marquee matchup of the week. Not really. Texas favored by 14.5, over under 50.5.
Oh,
Coming off a bye, yours is supposed to be back.
I'm
Go.
taking Texas.
Done.
Hammer.
This is in Oklahoma. This is a neutral site, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Why are you so like gun?
I just feel like Texas comes out and mollywops Oklahoma.
Well, Alex, holster those guns. We don't want to flag.
You know what, Alex? I'll go with you.
Follow me. I just truly believe that Texas is that team this year. I think they're very, very good. I think that Oklahoma is not very, very good, and this is a rivalry game. I think Texas is the kind of team this year that comes hyped, ready to play, and like ready to put a stamp on this and be like, yep, see, here we are. They're gonna drop them out on the table in this game, I think.
I hope so. Stay
Yeah.
number one. Stay
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, if you forced me, I would say Texas to cover as well.
Well,
Oklahoma just doesn't have the offense to get into this match, this shooting match. What's that?
sorry, there's a fight.
No. Ohio State at Oregon. Ohio State favored by 3.5, over under 52.5. Jim making the trek all the way to the West Coast. Did you expect to be favored by more or less? Is about where you wanted
This is
it to
about
be?
where I thought it would be.
Okay.
Not hearing a lot of scuttlebutt about it in town. Everybody's saying it's going to be a good game.
Okay. Is that like make you, not you personally, but should that make the fan base worried that people are saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a good game, not we're gonna win"?
No. I think it makes me feel better. I think there's confidence there. I put my bet in as far as on the FanDuels and the whatnots. I bet on the game.
For OSU to cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna put a best bet on here because of
Mhm.
Juju's and whatnots, but I think Ohio State covers.
But you did bet it, just not a best
Yeah.
bet. Forced choice, I would say Ohio State to cover as well.
I don't think the defense. I think Ohio State's defense can stymie Oregon's offense, and I think the talent on Ohio State's offense is amazing.
I'm looking at like a 27, 28, 24 game based on the line.
I would like to see Judkins just go off in the running game and it just become a thing.
I haven't paid attention to Oregon, so I'm not sure about them at this point. Their defense, their offense, anything. So I guess I'll find out this week because we'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
California at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored by 3.5, over under 58.5. Cal just
Hung in there with
imploded.
Miami.
Cal just imploded against Miami.
Yeah.
Pitt's undefeated. It's a team traveling all the way across the country.
I'm not betting on Pitt 2 times in a row.
Okay, but
Good thought, Alex. Good thought.
I kind of like Pitt here.
That's fine. I can't go with you. You have to go on your own. I'm not going to steer you away from it, but I'm not going to do it. It was hard enough last week. I can't do it 2 weeks in a row. My heart can't handle it.
I would be with you, Jim. I'm just.
I know
The
you're a
only
WVU convert.
no, the only Pitt game I've watched was the Pitt WU game, and I barely watched that Cal game, so I just don't know enough. I know that Pitt's quarterback is solid.
Very good.
I know nothing about Cal aside from they just blew a huge ass lead against Miami in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm staying away. Just don't know enough about either team.
It's one of my work bets, so I'll still bet it, but I'm gonna leave it alone for my work bet or for my podcast bets here.
All right. Next, Penn State at USC. Penn State favored by 4.5, over under 50.5.
What say you, Muffin?
I say I'm gonna lock in a best bet for the
Holy shit.
under in this game.
I'm going to take Penn State. They covered.
We did that once.
I'm telling you, I think that I feel similarly about this as I do Texas. I think Penn State's going to walk in and be like, yep, here we are. Boom. We've been holding back slightly. This is a real game.
Yeah.
Beat USC, move on.
Yeah, I will say the only thing that provides me some hesitation in this game, I will most likely be locking in some type of Penn State to cover bet along the way. So that I will just say is going to happen. I am waiting to feel more confident about that once I hear the status of Nick Singleton, who didn't play last week for Penn State, and they're being cagey about his status for this week. I just wholly expected the fact that he didn't play last week and he was dressed, that it was like, he's here in an emergency situation, but we're really just kind of saving him for next week, which I feel is what's going to happen. We're going to find out Friday night, Saturday morning, Nick Singleton's good to go.
Having travel issues already.
Because they have traveled 2 hours to get to an airport that they can fly out of to get to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
That's not travel issues, that's infrastructure. Issues would be the plane was not ready for them. This is the way for them to get there. State College does not have an a runway big enough for that type of plane.
Do they build one?
Build it.
If they build it, they will come.
Somebody will come.
If we build it, they will come. If we build it.
Other thoughts on that game?
No.
Give it to me.
Which one? Which bet?
I'm gonna take Penn State.
Okay. Arizona at BYU. BYU minus 4.5, over under 48.5.
Alex.
I'm not gonna do it, but the BYU pick here would be my pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm staying away. Saw Arizona play once. Haven't seen BYU. Not gonna mess with it. Mississippi State at Georgia. Georgia favored by 33.5, over under 53.5. Mississippi State's just
Dog shit.
yes. Bottom of the barrel, worst of the worst. Which I feel like we need to start keeping a homecoming watch on these home games in October.
Yeah.
Because that's like the one thing in my mind that can put something like this over for Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's homecoming game. There's all this pomp and circumstance. Like, let's show out.
Yeah.
If this is a homecoming game, I would say I'm going to take Georgia. So if anybody can confirm that for me, if it is or it is not, if it is, I will put that bet in right now. So that's my stance there. Other thoughts?
Not really.
All right. Ranked matchup: Ole Miss at LSU. Ole Miss favored by 3.5, over under 62.5. It's a big line, Jim. As far as the point total, not the 3.5.
Which game are we on? I'm looking for homecoming here. Sorry, bud.
Ole Miss LSU.
Oh, I'm already taking Ole Miss. Like, why is this a thing?
You worry about the hurricane?
Don't give us shit.
You worried about it in the NFL?
Yeah, but old Miss. If this is like Brian Kelly, LSU, fuck them. Give me Ole Miss.
All right. Alex?
I lean Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss here. I was rooting for them, but I don't think they'll be the best bet for me.
Okay. I'm staying away. Staying away the whole way. Florida at Tennessee. Tennessee favored by 15.5, over under 55.5. This is another one of those homecoming type games.
Homecoming's already came and went for Georgia.
Okay. Oh, not betting that game.
I kind of like the Florida here to cover.
I don't think you're wrong. This is a rivalry, so to speak. I don't think you're wrong. It's at Tennessee. I'm staying away, but I'm not going to steer you off of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to get you away from that. Tennessee's homecoming is not till November. Yeah, staying away. Vanderbilt at Kentucky. Kentucky favored by 13.5, over under 44.5. No love for Vandy coming off a big win.
Because Kentucky's a spread beater, man.
That's a big spread for them to beat.
I think Vanderbilt wins. I still think they don't cover, though.
Only one of these teams was successful in knocking off a top 5 team.
I don't think they can. I think Kentucky hangs in there with them.
Not hangs in. They need to beat them by 2 touchdowns.
I think I don't like this game.
I don't either. I'm not going to mess with it. It was an odd line for me given how things have played out so far. I expect it to be like somewhere in that 3 to 6 range. So
I mean, Kentucky beat Ole Miss.
Vanderbilt beat who, Jim?
I trust me. Kentucky also hung with Georgia.
But they didn't
Georgia
win.
beat them by a point.
But they didn't win. I'm just saying, like, one of these teams finished off the deal with the top 5 team.
I mean, I get it, but no, I'm staying away.
Yeah,
That could be a fluke, and I'm pretty sure they were all thinking that was a fluke.
Yeah. Next in the Coal Rush game, Alex and I will be there in attendance.
Yeah.
Wearing our gear. Iowa State at WVU. Iowa State favored by 2.5, over under 53.5. I know Alex will not be betting on this game. I will not, in support of Alex's
Thank you.
on this, Jim.
I'm gonna stay away. I was trying to be nice. Alec did give me the absolution and absolved me, so I'm staying away.
I guess this came back to you in a positive way, Alex.
Hey.
Marshall at Georgia Southern. Marshall favored by 2.5, over under 62.5. Jim, you're a Marshall guy.
Oh, I'm will sprinkle some money on Marshall.
Okay.
Not my best bet, but I'm gonna sprinkle some money on Marshall.
Alex?
I like the Marshall pick here.
Syracuse at NC State. Syracuse favored by 4.5, over under 54.5.
I want NC State to win. I don't think they're going to win.
Taking Syracuse here. NC State is.
I'm actually hopping on that with Alex. NC State's been poo-poo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I don't care that it's at home, and I don't even care if you told me it was homecoming, Jim. Give me Syracuse to cover. Next, Kansas State at Colorado. Alex, we may be able to catch the end of this game.
We might. Hopefully, Kansas State will be winning.
Kansas State favored by
God,
4.5.
you're still
over under
pissed off about it,
56.5.
I'm a true blue Colorado hater. I'm going to hold on to it. At least I'm honest. At least I help right.
So, Alex, you best betting Kansas State, or is this is what I hope the outcome is?
No, that's just what I hope the outcome is.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this, but hopefully I do catch the fourth quarter.
Don't care.
Don't care. Boise State at Hawaii. Boise State
Ah.
favored by 20.5. Over under 61.5.
Alex, you
Huh.
gonna drunk bet this?
We'll see.
See, and you guys can bet player stuff too, so that running back's gonna get all the love.
I'm going to take Boise State minus 20.5. Ashton Genty. Give him the Heisman. And for him to get the Heisman, he's got to average like 150, 200 yards a game and 3 touchdowns. So until he gets a game where that does not happen, I'm just going to assume that they're going to feed him the rock at every turn.
I'm staying away.
All right. So that brings us to the end of the college football slate and our best bets. We'll go in. Do we do this in the same order or we go worst to first? I forget.
You make it up as you go along, so just pick.
I asked the group. So if you want me to make it up as we go along, I will.
Make it
Jim.
up as we go along.
We will go worst to first, starting with Alex.
My best bets this week will be Texas minus 14.5 at Oklahoma, Penn State minus 4.5 at USC, Syracuse minus 4.5 at NC State. I've been hacked.
What the hell is going on?
I got hacked in my best bets. And
What?
Bucks. Somebody put Boise State in my best bets.
All right, was that the do-over?
No, yeah, you put Boise State in my best bets. Don't act innocent now.
I did?
Oh, I didn't
What
copy
did you do?
paste it.
It had to have been me. Unintentionally, Alex.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on purpose. I'm like,
No, it was not on purpose.
okay.
Because it's not in mine unless Jim copy and pasted into yours. Jim?
I did not touch the damn mouse.
Okay. All right. Back to the top. Okay. To the top. We have Texas minus 14.5 at Oklahoma, Penn State minus 4.5 at USC, Syracuse minus 4.5 at NC State, the Bucks minus 3.5 at the Saints, Falcons minus 6.5 at the Panthers, and the Lions minus 3 at the Cowboys. I just realized I took all away teams, but that's okay.
That will happen.
Pretty sure I did the same thing, boss.
All right. I am next because we're going to do overall records. So Jim is first. So I'm taking Penn State USC under 50.5, Syracuse to cover 4.5, traveling to NC State, Bucks minus 3.5. Where did my Boise State go? That's why I got screwed up. Boise State to cover 20.5, traveling to Hawaii. In the NFL, I will have the Bucks minus 3.5, traveling to New Orleans, Colts plus 2.5, taking on the Titans. I'm going to take the Cardinals Packers out and take the Steelers to cover 3, traveling to the Raiders, and the Jets plus the points, hosting the Bills.
Remember when he used to bust on me for how I had it set up? And he's just messing the whole thing up.
You mean how I put them in the order that they're going to be played?
Mine were together today. So I got South Carolina. Or I got Bama minus 2.5, 21.5 against South Carolina. I got Texas minus 14.5 against Oklahoma. I got Penn State minus 4.5 against USC. Ole Miss minus 3.5 against LSU. Texans minus 7 at the Patriots. Steelers minus 3.5 at the Raiders. And
Minus
the
3.
Lions.
Minus 3.
What did I say?
3.5.
Minus 3 at the Raiders. And the Lions minus 3 at the Cowboys.
All right, that brings us to our specialty picks. Starting with you, Mike. Stott, hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, pow.
And silence.
I'm looking to see if we have any.
I like the Penn State game if we're doing.
I veto. I veto.
That's fair veto. Muff and I are both on the Bucks. Muff and I are both on Syracuse. Muff and I are both on. And that's it. Jim and I are both on Texas, Penn State, the Lions,
I give you guys one
the
shot.
Lions,
One shot for the Lions to do me good here.
the Lions.
Are you guys that confident?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week is the Lions to cover 3, traveling to Jerry World.
I've never been more hyped for a Lions game right now.
You guys get one shot at this for me to be on the
Well,
Lions train.
We won't mess it up.
Well,
So hyped.
you will be absolved if you do mess it up because it won't be your fault.
Exactly.
So hyped.
In the Midwest Mobster risky pick of the week,
Get out of here.
am I the only one on a dog?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm not saying. Oh no, yeah, I'm the only one on a dog, and I'm on 2 of them. If we were going to use that as a measuring stick,
You can go fuck yourself on both of them.
Well,
I don't. I mean, you can.
Don't put your
You
Aaron
can
Rodgers
go.
bullshit.
I was
you
okay
can
with the
do-
Colts.
You can go do the same thing to your Ole Miss bet, Jim.
Well, that's fair. I don't want that Jets thing in there.
I said I was going to go with the Colts before you
But there's
rudely
so many
interrupted me.
injuries on the Colts. So
And
many.
The Titans have what?
Probably a healthy team.
Mayonnaise in their locker room for Will Levis.
But at least he's healthy.
Are you sure?
Let's find out.
I'm not, Jim. That was a joke. I don't see either of you putting together any situations here to consider the underdog.
Well,
Yeah,
you're not
if-
wrong. He's not necessarily healthy.
Okay. um, how unhealthy is he?
He's
Questionable.
the question mark, like the quote was, fighting like hell to be able to play with his shoulder.
No. Well, here you go.
Not feeling good about it.
So that's an option. I also put out there that we can really mess around on a Sunday morning and take the Jags.
You know what? I was just looking at that. I was
Alex,
just looking at that.
Alex, do you have anything to put forward for discussion?
No. I mean, no.
So you're comfortable with the Jags?
Can we take it to the light?
But we need something else.
I think it's the Colts and the Jags.
Yes, Colts and the Jags. At least give me a chance here because I feel more positive about the Bears. But
All right, for that, you get to choose. Alex, who's the light?
the Colts.
Colts are the light. Colts it is.
All right. The light has decided.
Okay.
We're going to take the
Sorry about
Colts money line traveling to Tennessee, where maybe they'll find some goalposts.
We put a little note on this that said the light decided, so we know like the light made the right call.
Makes the wrong call.
Well, either way, we know what the light did.
No, like
All right. Next to the sell the nutting team, Bob parlay.
uh,
Uh,
It will automatically have the Lions at the Cowboys. Alex, you get the next pick.
Texas. Minus 14.5 at Oklahoma.
Alex chooses Texas minus 14.5 at Oklahoma. Jim, you get to decide. Is it who had the best record this week, or is it the best overall record that goes next, or that goes last?
I want to go next.
So it's the best record of the week that gets to
and
Alex.
overall. And overall.
No. I was going to say the best overall gets to go last because they have the best chance of winning.
Oh, okay.
But
I
Jim
wanna go
said
next.
it's the best this week that goes last, which would be me.
That's fine. Whatever. Can I go next?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
And Muff doesn't get to veto it, right?
Right. I
I
don't
want-
Not
I don't
in the-
know.
not
I
in the
don't know.
par-
No,
not in the-
that's not
I don't have veto power in the parlay.
okay.
I would like the Penn State game.
I mean, put it in then.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Steelers to cover.
Oh boy.
You know what? This is probably the best I've felt about this parlay.
Because you have all of the picks.
Alex, why are you doing this? This
Yeah.
this screws up my direct copy paste into the graphics when you do these things.
Okay, you don't have to.
Feeling pretty good about this, guys.
Just remember what you picked so we don't have to have the whole conversation about who picked what.
Well, now that I
That's
put in
part
as
of the show,
it's
though.
best to work for the week, and we all know
That's a good point.
that Jim put the Penn State bet in,
And I put the Texas one in. So
Right.
okay.
and I
Got
put
it.
Steelers one in. So there you
Okay.
go.
So we'll remember.
We will.
You guys take away half the fun of the show.
What's half the fun of the show?
Arguing about who did what.
Well, you're absolved, so I don't think you.
I'm absolved of one thing.
One thing.
One thing.
Right. All right. So that wraps up this week's episode of Sports Stuff Betting Stuff. Remember to follow us at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and YouTube, Sports Stuff with Jim Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding ding.
Get that bell on. Put on those notifications for all of the bets that you put into your betting app for the weekend responsibly, obviously.
Ooh, bet responsibly. That's a nice ad. I like that. Bet responsibly.
And hopefully, as Saturday afternoon rolls around and Alex and I are preparing to make the 1 mile trek
Bum.
to Milan Pushkar Stadium so that we can watch Cole dump all over the Iowa State Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
We roll right into Sunday morning. We watch London Town football and the NFL, and all those bets will hit. And when all those bets hit, we will not be praising Lizzo. Nay, we will never be praising Lizzo.
Nope.
Hey,
Ever-
real quick. Wait.
ever again.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
No.
Wait. The Steelers spread. Never mind. Carry on.
Why, Jim? Did it go the other way?
I thought it moved, and I was like, I was looking at the wrong one. You're fine. Carry on.
Carry on my wayward son.
Trying to catch something for us here, boys, so we can adjust. Try to look out for the boys.
If all those bet hits, as we're cursing Lizzo, all the way to
Fuck
our bank,
Lizzo.
it's gonna be a
Payday.